Formation lap begins. Minimax 950, the interclass for race 25, the first final of the weekend, gets underway. Cole Denham and Jacob Ashcroft go from the front row. Albert Friend and Finley Lyons take row 2. Charlie Wolfett and Will Green, they round out the top 3 rows in P6.
Charles Kitely and Noah Barham start from row number 4. Rory Armstrong and Charlie King round out your top 10, followed by Daniel Minto and leading privateer Harry Freeman.
Oliver Meek and Jaden Sherwood go from row 7. Blair Smith and Finley Hines take row 8. Kai Clark and Ethan Griffiths for KR Sport. He is Welsh. They go from row 9.
Isaac Barker and Nat Johnson round out the top 20. Head of privateer Ellis Bell and Archie Lovett. John Richardson and Luca Holmes-Ballock on row 12.
Samir Paul and Ryan Gandor go from row 13. Thomas Butcher and Tom Reed on row 14. Albie Lapper and Ella Lucia round out the next 2 rows with Kieran Stewart, Joshua Griffin, Oliver Miejski and Max Endicott rounding out the field. There's a cut that's not moving already. It's the 195.
Charlie Wolfett.
And
Charlie Wolfett due to start on the 3rd row of the grid. Max Endicott we saw finishing in the top 6 of the pre-final at the back of the grid. Obviously an exclusion post-race. They come to the line, lights are out, we're off and racing. 15 minutes in the final underway, and from the outside of row number 1, Jacob Ashcroft squeezed his teammate across to take the lead.
Oh, and there's some contact there. Several karts involved, 2 karts in the barriers.
Yeah, one of them is an M Sport kart, and the other one I think might have been Albie Lapper and possibly Thomas Butcher in that pack there that went into the wall. But it is a Dan Holland Racing 1, 2, 3 because Finley Lyons, for the 2nd time today, has made an outstanding getaway from the outside of the 2nd row of the grid to move into P3. When he was in P3, Albert Friend has now pushed him back to P4. As, yes, there is Thomas Butcher stepping away from his damaged kart and into the final corner at the end of lap number 1. We're down Charlie Wolfett. He failed to take the start. Watch for the progress made from the back of the grid by number 118, Max Endicott. Endicott already up 10 places to 24th position. Ella Lucia, the Anglo-Italian young lady, down in 31st. I mean, did we have a couple others who didn't make the start? Joshua Griffin, the Strawberry Racing, also not taking the start, or maybe he was the driver involved at turn number 1.
He's now just crossed the line, the 113,
yes,
in 32nd place. So Charlie Wolfett was a breakdown. Thomas Butcher, a retirement after the crash at turn number 1. 13.5 minutes to go, plus 1 lap there. Again, you're seeing chopping and changing lines down the inside of Albert Friend and moving up into 3rd place, but I think Friend managed to get it back. Yes, he did, so maintaining that 4th place spot. Dramatic start then, and well, now we just, the race begins essentially,
now the race begins, so we'll watch for the slipstream. At the moment, the top 2 are pulling clear. Now, all weekend, Cole Denham and Jacob Ashcroft have been able to get the better of Albert Friend and the rest of the field, whether they have been working together or battling between themselves. Now, if ever there was a time for the next 8 or 9 minutes of this race to work together, it is now. They cannot afford to let Albert Friend and Finley Hines, running 3rd and 4th, to stay in contention as the number 1, 2, 3 kart of Luca Holmes-Ballock making a move. He is up 9 places already to 15th from starting grid number 24. The O plate, another driver to watch, the KR Sport driver Oliver Miejski, a retirement from the pre-final. He started 33rd and he's already up to 17th. So those are the drivers, the Holmes-Ballocks, the Miejskis and the Endicotts of the world. They'll be hoping that Ashcroft and Denham start waging war against one another.
Well, that's what everyone would be hoping. Now, I think, they're a little bit wide there for Charlie King out of the Dan Weldon corner. Gets it back on track, though. I think, these two, they're in a position now, they're in a powerful position where they can quite literally just drive away from the rest of the field. They have that advantage to them. They didn't do that earlier on in the day, did they? We saw them squabbling, we saw them fighting for position. This time around, are we going to see it? I think we might. I think they will have said to the team.
It's a final. It's game on in the final.
Yes, it is game on. But it will be game on the last lap, really, essentially, for it.
Yes, I mean, you are right.
During the race, I mean, it will be, right, let's work together and let's pull away from the rest of the team. whether or not that will stay true, we don't know. And again, it falls down to what the drivers behind do. It's just going to call to a case of who's going to be quicker, Denham or Ashcroft, Friend or Lines. Who's going to be faster?
Now, I'm just looking, I'm looking at this. So obviously, Cole Denham has got a whole number of British Championship victories to his name. I'm thinking back, I think he may have about 5 wins in his career, both in Honda Cadet. I'm looking back, I can't remember Jacob Ashcroft having a win. So Cole Denham's got 5 wins in the British Championship, all in Honda Cadet. Jacob Ashcroft, has he ever been on the podium? And do you know what? I'm not sure he has.
Sorry, Henry,
No,
as down the inside, Rory Armstrong gets the move done for P7, gets past Will Green and moves up. Charles Kitely next on the picking order if he's able to get that done. Now and again, looking at the gaps, 1 second separates it. Albert Friend and Finley Lines, I've got to say, that gap, ever slowly, is starting to close up for second place. So keep an eye on that one. Cole Denham just set the fastest lap at the end of that one. Motorsport Magpie is back, had a power cut. How many finals have I missed?
None.
This is the first, so you're in time.
And speaking of none, and I mean, Barry Ashcroft can correct me, and I'm sure he will if I'm wrong, but I don't think Jacob Ashcroft has ever actually stepped foot on a British Championship podium. He was a seeded driver in 2021. He finished 8th in the Army Cadet Championship. Didn't do a full season last year because he moved up into the Minimax class, did a lot of racing out in Europe. 2nd in the world in Minimax last year, behind Lebanon's Christopher El-Faghali. Interestingly, Christopher El-Faghali's World Championship winning mechanic Alfie Lawrence is on the spanners this weekend for Kai Hunter.
Ah, interesting. You saw there a 5-second time penalty going out there. Another one going out as well to Jaden Sherwood, also the treble 1, currently sitting in 29th place. The other one was for Finley Hines, currently sitting in 20th place. So drama down the field.
Change for 3rd place. Well, yeah. Finley Lines had made a move on Albert Friend. Albert Friend making the move back. Denham and Ashcroft playing nice. They're 1 second up the road.
Yeah.
Other drivers, Luca Holmes-Ballock up 11 places to 13th. Oliver Miewski up 18 places to 15th. Max Endicott up 18 places to 16th. But the way that this race is panning out with 9 minutes to go, okay, we've got a good scrap for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. That could help maybe get the likes of Holmes-Ballock, Endicott and Miewski into the top 10 and maybe into with an outside chance of a 3rd place finish, a podium finish. But Denham and Ashcroft working in sync, in synergy, even though they don't drive for synergy, together.
Yes.
That was a pun. That wasn't great.
Several drivers under investigation so far. There's
Ellis
actually
Bell.
been 4 5-second time penalties that have gone out.
Right. Tell us who.
So we've had one for the 114.
That is Kieran Stewart.
5-7.
157, that would be Finley Hines.
The treble 1.
That would be Jaden Sherwood.
And another one for Finley Hines.
That's, by my calculation, that would be
10 seconds.
10 seconds, yes.
Yes.
Took me a while. I got there in the end. There's a move for 3rd. That is Finley Lines back up the inside. And, well, Finley Lines' beloved West Ham United aren't doing so well this year, but Finley is on a mission. Maximum attack from the Maximum Group sponsored driver.
Yes, indeed. He's got his teammate as well of Noah Barham just behind. So now it's DHR 1, 2, 3, 4 out on circuit, but which are the faster two? Or which of the faster of the two groups out there? Let's see, as down the inside straight away, Barham's going to go for the move, and this is not going to help their attack because now back through comes Albert Friend and separates them once again.
And he brings Charles Kitely in Kart 164 with him, so we were about to have a Dan Holland Racing 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we've got a Dan Holland Racing 1, 2, 5, 6.
This is one of those little moments here, isn't it, where drivers got to think, as down the inside now, Charles Kitely tries to get the move done, and does get it done through the Dan Weldon corner. And crucially doesn't have to defend immediately after.
Exactly, but that camera angle was fantastic. It showed as they came out of Dan Weldon corner, the two leaders were about at the end of the TKM straight going into Kestrel corner. The gap is growing, corner after corner, and we're going to get 3 wide, possibly into turn number 1. No, Albert Friend backs out of it. He drops back to 6th position, and this battling is bringing the Argenti number 154 of Will Green into play. the number 128, the Hunter Motorsport kart of Daniel Minto into play. It's bringing leading privateer, the Zip entered driver of Harry Freeman into play. Holmes Ballock into 10th, in Northern Ireland's Rory Armstrong 11th, followed by Charlie King, then Majewski, Meek and Endicott.
Well, 6 minutes to go in this race, plenty of time left, but that gap, like we were saying, now 3.3 seconds here.
Well, we're going to have a good head-to-head battle.
We are going to have a good head.
And we're going to have a fantastic, at the moment, it's a 2, 4, 5, 6 kart battle for third. In a minute, it's going to be a 12 kart battle for third.
Yes, as the rest of the pack closes up, and yeah, the rest of the field down there as well. Big movers out there. Max Endicott is up into P15, 19 positions gained. Oliver Majewski up into P13, 20 positions gained, of course, from the, well, near back of the grid. Well, it was the back of the grid for those two. So making big moves. Luke Holmes Ballock up 14 places. He's at the tail end of this battle, up into P10. There is Majewski on your screen going through, and there is the battle for essentially third place.
Closing in. Oh, that's Albert Friend making a move. Did it work? Yes, it did. And he pushes Noah Barham back to 5th position. Finley Lyons down in 6th. Here comes Lyons round the outside. Loses the place, tries to cross over through Stowe Corner, side by side into the Willows, and that's allowing the KR Sport Cosmic kart of 164 Charles Kitely to escape into a handy advantage for P3. And here is the number 128 of Daniel Minto for the Hunter Motorsport team, trying to get involved as well.
Saw a shot there, Finley Lyons saying to Albert Friend behind, right, let's go. And well, Albert Friend's made the move, and you saw the gesticulation there from Finley Lyons saying, no, that's not what I said. I said, let's push and close the gap, not overtake me and lose more time.
And Albert Friend's like, okay, well, now I'm in front, now you push me.
Now we do
now
that.
Now we work together, but as long as I'm in front.
Yes.
We're only going to work together as long as I'm leading.
That's the double-edged sword, really, isn't it? Like you say, let's catch them, but I want to lead. No, let's catch them, I want to lead. And then you fight, and then no one catches them.
Yes, there's no I in lead, but there is an I in I lead.
Yes.
Kitely up the road now into P3. And behind them, there is the number 170. There is the Zip kart of Harry Freeman running in 9th position. I've got to say, we'll go, Rog and Rog Pitchforth and James Bean, Luke Hines, and the boys at Zip Kart have worked very hard on that kart, because Harry Freeman has not always brought it back to Parc Fermé in the same shape that it left, shall we say.
No, but so far, so good.
And we're going to see at the end of this battle, watch for another one. We've got a KR Sport kart leading. There's the second KR Sport kart. That's Oliver Majewski, and not far behind him is the Argenti kart of Max Endicott. Majewski 12th now, Endicott still 15th.
You saw there the graphic popping up on your screen, the treble one again with another 5-second time penalty. That is now 2 drivers totaling 10 seconds worth of time penalties out there, which are
if it's an in-race penalty, it appears to be non-discussable.
Yes.
Is that discussable? It's a new word.
It's a new word.
It's undiscussable.
Yes.
Thou shalt not discuss it.
Undiscussable.
Undiscussable.
I would like to see that in the
Oxford English Dictionary, or in Countdown's dictionary corner.
Yes.
A bit like bounce back ability.
Yes, that's a good word, that
fans.
One. Yeah.
Right, there is now. I think Finley Lyons just thought, okay.
Fine.
Yes, I'll lead, I'll follow, I'll push. And they are closing back in on Charles Kitely. The gap is 7/10 of a second between Kitely and third, looking over his shoulder there. And then Friend and Lyons chasing him. And Lyons is Dan Holland Racing teammate Noah Barham in kart number 127, tagging on as well. Could be a 4-kart scrap for the final podium position, because everyone else behind, Will Green, Luca Holmes Ballock, Daniel Minto, Harry Freeman, Charlie King, Majewski and Meek are all fading now, and that is Minto getting squeezed wide at turn number 1 by Harry Freeman.
Yes, indeed. It is all starting to kick off in that sort of top 10 area here, as I think Ballock's coming in thick and fast. As down the inside there, Luke Holmes Ballock gets it done on Will Green. And Will Green now struggling here as he's got the pressure from everyone behind. Harry Freeman trying to get the move done as well.
Again, Harry Freeman, if he had made the move there, that would have been really significant. But because they just went side by side, going through the entrance to Dan Weldon corner, here's Freeman having another go, and now he makes it stick. But they have, oh, there's a problem there, big crash. That is Minto hitting in front of them now. That was Luca Holmes-Ballock hitting the tyres coming out of the final corner. The kart bounced back into the middle of the track. Kart scattered. Daniel Minto hit the kart, and the kart is cut out. Now he gets back in. Well, firstly, number one, Daniel is okay. Because anytime you come across a very slow-moving or almost stationary vehicle, where is Luca Holmes-Ballock? He has also crossed the line down in 15th position.
Oh, dear me.
That could have been major. That was... But now, let's have a look. How has that affected the order? Harry Freeman is now up into 7th place. Make that 8th place because Will Green gets it back. And Majewski, the O plate, now moves into 8th position.
This is certainly starting to heat up something fierce, isn't it? 30 seconds left on the timer. Your two race leaders, nothing's happened between the two of them. It's still Denham and Ashcroft who are now leading by 5 seconds from Kitely and Friend. Lyons now there in 5th place, and this battle here just further back. And again, everyone just trying to scrabble for any sort of positions they can gain. That was Charlie King for Coles Racing, making the move further down the order. This is for P11 at the moment. So again, battles all the way throughout this field as drivers try their hardest to make any sort of positions.
5 British Championship wins in his career so far for Cole Denham. A 6th, as the clock strikes 0, a 6th would put him in a tie with Kit Malowski, James Glenister, Noah Wolf and Vinnie Phillips.
I'm looking out the window, and I think the battle is starting now between your two race leaders. Already defensive out the commentary window did go Cole Denham, and instantly here they are on your screen. Ashcroft now wanting to try and look past. There's the look over the shoulder, and again they can see there's nothing behind. So instantly now Denham's seeing, right, there's no one behind. Ashcroft will go for the move.
This is white line.
Oh, around the outside!
Oh, wheel to wheel! They just give each other racing room. Ashcroft, what a move! Jacob Ashcroft, now can he hold it? Here comes Denham. Denham is the closer. He is the last lap specialist. Is Cole Denham. Has Jacob Ashcroft just snookered the master at his own game with a spectacular move? Into Derricks they go. Denham round the outside. Denham returns the favour. How does he do it?
I don't know how either of these drivers do it, because that was incredible by both of them, both taking the outside line through different corners to both get past each other. And again, a huge look over the shoulder from Denham as they go into the final corner. Now it's going to be so close. Can he repeat the move? Ashcroft did last time.
Oh, he's going to cross over, drag race to the line. Here we go. It's Denham again. Cole Denham, win number 6. Wheel to wheel against Jacob Ashcroft, and a fantastic last race. Ashcroft, I thought, had pulled off the move of the day going into Kimbolton corner before they came on the last lap, and then just half a lap later, Cole Denham returned the favour. Now, let's have a look as they cross the line. I'm sure Denham was in front. The timing screen is saying that Ashcroft has won by 100th of a second. We'll wait to see. No, there it is. It takes a little while for the photo cells to adjust themselves. It is a 6th British Championship win for Cole Denham, and it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 clean sweep for the Dan Holland Racing Team. It's a first podium for Jacob Ashcroft. It's a 3rd place finish and a 2nd career podium for Finlay Lyons. Noah Barham. Albert Friend comes home in the top 5, the leading non-DHR driver home in 5th position. Charles Kitely in 6th. We didn't focus on the 3rd place battle going into the last lap, but Finlay Hines won a fantastic battle for 3rd place. Further down the order, Majewski from 33rd to 7th. Will Green finished 8th, then Rory Armstrong, Charlie King, Max Endicott from 34th to 11th, Harry Freeman in 12th, Oliver Meek, Archie Lovett, Kai Clark, Luca Holmes-Ballock after his incident, Nat Johnson, Ellis Bell, Rayan Gandour from Canada, a top 20 for Rayan, great stuff from him. Finlay Hines rounds out your top 20 ahead of Isaac Barker, Blair Smith, Tom Reed, Ethan Griffiths, Azerbaijan's John Richardson, Jaden Sherwood, Albie Lapper, Samir Paul, Ella Lucia, Kieran Stewart. We lost Daniel Minto after that accident, along with Joshua Griffin and Charlie Wolfett. Anthony Jordan is going to be making his way down. You can see the Championship Director Dan Parker there from Motorsport UK, Karting Director. There's Daryl Smith from BRP Rotax on the right-hand side of your screen. And, oh, poor old Charlie Wolfett in the number 195 Cup. What could he have done from the third row of the grid? I have to say, I would say that he would have definitely been in the thick of the action there. If not for the win, then definitely for a place on the podium. Well, there's a reason why BRP Rotax have brought their chief test engineer Daryl Smith and Jen Wade over to Kimbolton to watch this event this weekend with nearly 180 Rotax drivers. Easily the biggest domestic Rotax championship in the world. And, well, there is Charlie Wolfett. Racing, karting giveth and karting taketh away. For every smile, there's a frown, epitomised by that image right there. But replacing a frown with a smile, Anthony Jordan will be with our top three down the pits right about now.
Thank you very much, Henry. Yes, down in Parc Ferme and here with our race winner. Incredibly close, and what a fight all the way to the end. Cole Denham, you come away with the win. What a race, that last lap. Talk us through it.
Yeah, it was very tough as Jacob got me at the last corner going on to the last lap. I just had to keep cool and see if I could manage to get him back on the final lap.
I mean, it's been a solid weekend already, and well, I mean, you come away with a race win. Let's talk about the championship itself. Obviously, first round, great way to start it, and a good stepping stone to maybe another championship this year.
Yeah, I'll try and duplicate it as last year, but yeah, I think I've got a little bit of a gap in the championship, which is pretty good going into the next round.
Yeah. Well, brilliant stuff, and Kimbolton, a great circuit to race on. It served you well with a race win, and is there anyone that you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Dan Holland Racing, Time Racing Engine for the mega waft, my mum, my dad, and everyone supporting me over the weekend.
Well, congratulations. Well done, Cole Denham. Let's see if we can have a quick chat with third place. We don't have Jacob Ashcroft in second place. Finley, come on over. Well, a podium, first round of the championships. Well done.
Thank you.
Well, solid result. Anyone you'd like to thank for the weekend?
I'll thank Dan Holland Racing, my mum and dad, and just all my sponsors.
Brilliant stuff. We would have had a quicker word, but the Kart's heading out for the next one. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Excellent stuff there, Finley Lines. More racing to come. Henry, back to you.
Welcome to the podium presentation for Event 2 of the Wera Tools Motorsport UK British Kart Championships here at Kimbolton. We'll get things underway with the Minimax 950, the Intermax class. 34 drivers, the top three separated by less than 5 seconds. Finishing in third position for Dan Holland Racing, it's Finley Lines. This is Finley's second career podium in the Wera Tools British Kart Championship, and his first for his new team, Dan Holland Racing. And this is a history-making podium for the new Interclass. It's a top 4 clean sweep for the Dan Holland Racing team, and finishing in second position, hard to believe, I think this is his very first podium in the British Championship, it's Jacob Ashcroft. Second in last year's Rotax Grand Finals in Minimax, now second to start his British Championship season. He finished second by just 1/100th of a second, and he finished second to last year's Honda Cadet champion, Scotland's Cole Denham, and the winning mechanic, Ian Denham. So a 1-2-3 clean sweep for Dan Holland Racing. And as the first final, Cole's victory actually tied the DHR team with Fusion Motorsports on 43 grand final wins in the modern era of the British Championship. And have the official, you will fit on the top. Jacob, stop moaning and just stand and smile. Thank you. Look at the camera.
Where's me, man?
Right. One more. And they get their Wera Tools visor strips, which you'll see. Congratulations, your Minimax into 950 Podium, Cole Denham, Jacob Ashcroft and Finley Lines.